Welcome back. A new proposal could connect the Legacy Trail to several other bike trails, creating what would be called the Gulf Coast Trail.
It would run from Pinellas County to Collier County and span hundreds of miles. ABC 7's Kate Flexter joins us now with the details on this new trail plan. Kate.
Thanks, guys. Right now, county commissioners are considering extending the Legacy Trail to downtown Sarasota. But this proposal would extend the trail even further to cover 300 miles.
Sarasota County is currently in negotiations to buy a piece of the Seminole Gulf Railway to extend the Legacy Trail to downtown Sarasota. But a new proposal would extend the trail even further still to create the Gulf Coast Trail.
Most of your time you'd be on this wonderful rail trail experience where it's just you and the woods.
It would connect 5 existing trails in Florida to make one fluid network between St. Petersburg and Naples, covering more than 300 miles with paved off-road trails about 10 to 12 feet wide. The end goal is to have a network of trails statewide that would allow bikers to see the entire state without ever using a road. Executive Director of Florida Walks and Bikes, Mike Lachey, says extending the trail would not only make the area more bikeable, but also would boost tourism dollars.
They're spending about $20 per day, and they're staying at bed and breakfasts at the inns, motels. They're buying food, and so it's a real economic revitalizer for a lot of rural areas.
At the Sarasota Manatee Metropolitan Planning Organization, Lee Holt says adding bike trails to neighborhoods also drives up home values.
The number one amenity that families want now is trails. It used to be golf courses. It's not anymore. It's trails.
The only potential hitch is getting enough funding. The state already provides $25 million a year to maintain Florida's trails, but this project would also rely on local funding. Holt says she's confident the funding will follow.
Once you start and people see the benefits and what happens to their community, then people want it more, and then you've created the advocacy.
The group behind the project is holding its first meeting right here in Sarasota on March 30th. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Kate. The 2017-2018 budget for the Sarasota County School District includes adding hundreds of new positions and pay raises. Superintendent Todd Bowden's proposal is expected to be an increase of 4% from last year's $421.9 million budget. It includes a general fund to restore more than 500 staff positions that have been eliminated since 2008. The budget also factors in a possible 1.5% salary increase starting next year. More than 20 administrative positions will be added as well, with most of that being new assistant principals. The final budget will be adopted in July.
Debate continues to heat up around projects being proposed near Sarasota's celery fields. Sarasota County commissioners are considering 2 proposals. One for a 60,000 square foot restaurant depot was on the table, but had its rezoning request withdrawn this week. The second is for an industrial recycling facility. Its application is being filed by developer James Gabbard of TST Ventures. In recent weeks, we've seen protests against both proposals, and some nearby residents worry it could impact both wildlife and home values in the area.
It's not just the people who live in this area. It's not just the 15 communities and the schools and the churches and stuff that are out here. All of Sarasota loves this park, and all of Sarasota wants to see this park protected.
It turns out the applicant for the recycling facility donated more than $17,000 to county commissioners, and tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, we'll break down the numbers on those contributions and talk about what it means for the future of the project.
Florida lawmakers are debating a bill that would ban injecting racing greyhounds with anabolic steroids. Florida is home to 12 of 19 tracks in the United States and one of the few places where the use of steroids is allowed. It's banned in Great Britain and Australia, where the sport is popular. The Orlando representative who is sponsoring this bill says the use of steroids keeps female greyhounds from going into heat and losing racing days. But representatives from Florida's greyhound industry argue steroids don't enhance performance. Some legislators have discussed adding an amendment to allow exemptions when medically necessary.
Florida's decades-old prohibition on liquor being sold alongside groceries and other items may be coming to an end. The so-called Liquor Wall bill seeks an end to a Depression-era law requiring liquor stores to be separate from retail goods. The issue has led to repeated battles in recent years, pitting Walmart and Target, which want liquor near other goods, against stores like Publix, which have standalone liquor stores. Opponents argue the change would eliminate jobs. Another fear is that it would be easier for minors to get their hands on alcohol. Bill Bunkley represents the Florida Baptist Convention.
Good kids get tempted. Problem kids get tempted. And I'm going to tell you, it's so easy to walk into a big box store, pop open a Jack Daniels, take a couple swigs, and ladies and gentlemen, that alcohol content is a lot higher than taking a few swigs out of a beer.
One amendment to the bill would also prohibit news stores from being licensed within 1,000 feet of schools, and another bill would require checkout clerks under 18 to be supervised by someone over 18 when alcohol is being purchased.
And now for a check on our forecast, Josh is in for Bob today.
All right, thanks so much, Scott and Haley. Yeah, temperatures are pretty nice, especially along the coast. A little bit cool, though. 70 in Sarasota, 74 in Venice, 73 in Inglewood, 68 in Cortez. You go several miles inland, you're talking about 15 to 16 degrees warmer than the temperatures at the coast. Currently 86 here in Lake Placid, 85 in Sebring, 84 in Avon Park. Dry air has been the dominant feature on the water vapor imagery. It shows up in tan, this tan color. Look where it's headed. It's headed south. It's eroding away. More moisture starting to come in from the north. Our radar's quiet now, but this could change by tomorrow afternoon. We'll talk about that a little bit later. As far as our planner for tonight, mild conditions and just a few clouds out there. Temperatures will be in the 60s. Back to you.
Thank you, Josh. It is just one day to go before the GOP health care plan could face a crucial vote on Capitol Hill. President Trump is making an aggressive push to win over skeptical Republicans, while Democrats are taking the opportunity to talk up the Affordable Care Act. ABC's Maggie Rulli has more.
Democrats on Capitol Hill today are marking the 7th anniversary of the Affordable Care Act.
Protect our care! Protect our care!
Just one day before House Republicans could vote to undo it.
Eliminating the Affordable Care Act means eliminating an awful lot of things that people badly need.
Meanwhile, Republicans are calling in the big guns to make a final plea of their own.
Big vote tomorrow in the House.
For the second day in a row, President Trump and his team at the White House are pitching the Republicans' American Health Care Act.
There's Plan A and Plan A. We're going to get this done.
One day after the president went to Capitol Hill, where behind closed doors, the president telling congressional leaders they'd be fools not to support the bill, warning their next election is on the line.
Can you get the votes, Mr. President?
Think so.
But the math isn't quite adding up. 22 Republican no votes would kill the bill in the House, and by ABC's count, at least that many Republicans are on the fence.
I have reservations, as I said.
I don't think this legislation is consistent with what the American people sent us here to accomplish.
We're still in effort.
Trying to woo these reluctant members, House Republicans have made changes to the bill, including giving states more flexibility over Medicaid spending and promising to boost aid for older Americans to buy insurance. Even with the full court press from President Trump, many House conservatives are saying the bill just doesn't do enough to lower premiums. And after a meeting today, at least 25 said they were voting no, more than enough to kill the bill. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
The former president of Mexico is in Sarasota talking politics. Felipe Calderon is speaking twice today at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall. Calderon touched on a variety of topics this morning, including his personal view on President Trump's plan to build a border wall and renegotiate the North American Free Trade Agreement.
If we try to stop or deter this relationship, in particular trade, we would suffer, of course, in Mexico, but the American people will suffer as well.
Calderon emphasized the importance of both sides of the border needing each other. He has a second lecture tonight at 7:30 at the Van Wezel. The former president's visit will wrap up the 2017 Ringling College Library Association's Town Hall Lecture Series.
A lot of notable speakers are scheduled to take part in next year's Town Hall series. They include former CIA Director John Brennan, presidential historian and author John Meacham, financial journalist and author of 3 books turned into popular releases like Moneyball and The Big Short, Michael Lewis, cancer physician Siddhartha Mukherjee, and lastly, Reshma Saujani, who will speak on closing the gender gap in technology. Always bringing in these fantastic speakers.
They're fascinating.
Yeah.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, a coffee giant keeps getting bigger. How many thousands of jobs Starbucks plans to add in just the next 4 years.
Hi, I'm Linda Carson. Coming up, we'll tell you how to find an uplifting experience this weekend at Cirque du Voir.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
wonder.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
Florida Studio Theater presents Piano Men, held over by popular demand through April 2nd. Attributing the virtuosity and elegance of the Piano Man, Piano Men features the works of 20th century's best pianists and songwriters. Featuring songs from music icons such as Billy Joel, Stevie Wonder, and Barry Manilow, don't miss what critics are saying is energetic with fun and playful performances that evokes hits of an era. Piano Men is held over by popular demand. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting FloridaStudioTheater.org.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Every now and then, factories authorize us to give deep discounts on furniture. And that time is now during the Flex Steel Factory Authorized Sale at Bacon's Furniture and Design. Shop the Flex Steel styles you love like Brandon, Dillon, Crosstown, Fleet Street Sectionals, and more. All at the guaranteed lowest authorized prices. Experience the beauty, the functionality, the quality for years to come with a lifetime warranty on Flex Steel's patented spring construction. The Flex Steel Factory Authorized Sale going on now only at Bacon's Furniture and Design.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world. The new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
I met a girl, she made me smile, she made me wait. She crossed the street, she crossed my heart, she fixed her dress, she bit her lip.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Seems like some people are never satisfied, always looking for something bigger and better.
It's true, and that is just what's coming up under the big top at Benderson Park this weekend. ABC 7's Linda Carson joins us with In the Spotlight. Linda.
We've got the circus, we've got the orchestra, we've got awesome choirs. Put them all together, and what do you have? Cirque du Voir. That's In the Spotlight. Cirque du Voir is like nothing else you'll see under a circus tent.
This show is very different because we've got live musicians, we've got a choir of 180 voices. The energy is just stupendous. Honestly, the energy is epic. Every time we do this, I get goosebumps.
Joseph Calkins will be directing Key Chorale and the orchestra. Joining them for Cirque du Voir this year, Riverview and Sarasota High Schools.
I think it's just an incredible fusion because you have the musical arts and circus arts coming together, and what happens is when you add live music, it elevates the circus performers' performance. The circus performers elevate the chorus and the orchestra, and what you get is something that is just completely Sarasotan because you have these great musical organizations in town, an incredible circus, and it can only happen in Sarasota.
The first half of the show focuses on aerial dynamics.
We have 3 different aerial acts that are completely different. Swinging trapeze, a duo lyra, two amazing women, and then we finish the first half with Dolly and Rafael Palazzo on the straps.
Pay special attention to the music they're performing to.
This is a debut to a piece that was commissioned for Dolly and Rafael by Keith Corral, and it will be heard for the first time here in Sarasota.
They'll also perform to the same music this summer on the Mall in Washington, D.C. And look to the top of the tent, and you'll see Circus Sarasota ringmaster Joseph Bauer high atop a 50-foot giant wheel of death.
I've been on this wheel for the past 29 years, and we do all kinds of stunts inside the wheel, where I get the wheel going really fast and actually become airborne inside the wheel. Then I jump on the outside and jump rope, juggle fire, walk it blindfolded.
Several cities have tried to copy Cirque du Voir by combining a choir and circus acts, but nowhere else but Sarasota has it been done under a circus tent. Cirque du Voir only has 3 performances, Friday night at 7, Saturday afternoon at 2, and Sunday at 5 p.m. It's under the Big Top in Benderson Park, right across from UTC Mall. And it's just wonderful to put it all together.
All of that combined, you're getting
The
like
music
a 3-in-1.
billowing, and the people are flying, and the choir's singing.
It's amazing.
It
That's
is.
awesome. That's going to be a fantastic show.
Can't
Thank
wait
you,
to
Linda.
see it. Yeah, Thank you, Linda. Now over to Josh, who's in for Bob tonight. More on our weather.
All right, looking at the tower cam or the webcam, beautiful conditions today. We had high pressure and control once again, lots of sunshine, and that has been the case over the last several days. Beautiful conditions. We'll take it, right? Sunshine right now, 70 degrees, dew point at 62. Temperature in the overnight could fall close to the dew point, so we could have some areas of patchy fog tomorrow morning, and a westerly wind at 10 miles per hour. Now, as far as the almanac today, we topped out at 74 degrees. Our average is 77. And as far as our rain, no rain at all. Once again, we are now at the 5-inch deficit since January 1st. Really need some rain here along the Sun Coast. And it looks like we could get a chance tomorrow. So here's a breakdown of our weather headlines. Mild evening tonight, a few clouds, that's about it, other than some patchy fog developing in the morning hours. A chance for showers tomorrow. That's right. How much? 30% maybe, and most of those probably will be inland, and they won't last very long. So that's not going to dent our little drought that's taking place right now. And then after that, a beautiful weekend is in store for us. Radar, quiet now. Tomorrow afternoon, 24 hours from now, we could have some showers on it. Dry air has been the dominant feature on the water vapor imagery, shows up in tan, but it's moving southward. More moisture is coming down from the north. This cold front right here, this triggered off some severe weather in Tennessee and Georgia last night. It's tracking in our direction, but the dynamics aren't there to cause any sort of severe weather for us, but this is going to help trigger off some potential showers tomorrow, so we'll be watching that. Futurecast shows increasing clouds coming in tomorrow morning. And then our in-house model does show a few showers developing in the interior portions of Florida along the spine of the state. Will they make their way to the coast? Well, we don't know yet. We'll just have to monitor it. But one thing is for sure, there's going to be spotty showers that develop at least inland tomorrow afternoon. And then we clear out and we'll have an absolutely gorgeous weekend. For the boaters tomorrow, high tide at 11:53 a.m., low tide at 4:39. Sunrise tomorrow at 7:30, sunset at 7:43. How about the boating forecast? A little more detailed. Northwesterly winds. These will pick up about 10 to 15 knots with some higher wind gusts. Seas 1 to 2 feet with a moderate chop in the bay. Overnight low dips down to 62. Our high tomorrow 77, but increasing clouds, and those showers could develop. And the winds will pick up at least for a couple of days, but beautiful conditions for the weekend and highs topping out around average, which is around 77, 78 degrees. Back to you.
Thank you, Josh. Now the Suncoast Traffic Watch. Traffic is backed up on State Road 70. That's in Manatee County near US 301.
Starbucks plans to hire 240,000 more people globally by the year 2021, and that includes 68,000 new jobs in the U.S. The announcement comes as Starbucks is heavily focused on growing its business abroad. It's currently opening 1 store per day in China, and Starbucks recently entered the Italian market. The coffee chain plans to add 12,000 new stores worldwide by 2021.
Once the giant of retail shopping, Sears says it's having a hard time keeping its doors open. Some challenges the company says that they are facing includes a merger with fellow struggling chain Kmart and the failure to keep up with changing shopping trends. Shares for Sears hit an all-time low last month. Last year, the company lost more than $2 billion. Sears also plans to close 150 of its stores.
The story that won't end.
Yeah, and it's disappointing. It's such an American icon. It's hard that they can't turn things around, you know.
Maybe they can reinvent themselves someday.
They need to. They need to hire a few people who just have that inventive, creative sense who can come in and infuse something new.
All right, your entertainment news is next.
Hey, Tampa Bay, join us for the premiere of a new St. Petersburg tradition, the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, March 25th and 26th from 10 to 8 p.m. at Northstrom Park. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends for the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, March 25th and 26th. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
Hurry in to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota for big savings on some of America's best vehicles. Over 100 standard and available safety features make the new Chrysler Pacifica a safe investment for any family. And right now, you can buy one for just $24,999 or save up to $11,000 on a new Ram Crew Cab during Ram Truck Month. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPV.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Car experts and customers agree. There's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru was named the 2016 Best Overall Brand, Most Trusted, and Best Performance Brand by Kelley Blue Book. And ALG named Subaru its top mainstream brand for residual value for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Some sad news tonight. Game show creator and host Chuck Barris has died.
The man most Americans knew as the host of The Gong Show claimed to also be a CIA agent. CNN's Richard Roth looks back on the TV Maverick's life.
Ladies and gentlemen, and for all you little kiddies at home, it's time to learn something now.
He was responsible for some of the craziest TV moments in the 60s and 70s. Who could forget The Gong Show? Chuck Barris introduced America to The Gong Show in 1976. He had already established himself as an out-of-the-box thinker when it came to television game shows. He was the brains behind programs like The Dating Game.
Gentlemen, welcome to The Dating Game.
The Newlywed Game.
Gentlemen, what is your favorite vegetable?
String beans.
String beans! He said it's green beans. Judge says, okay. Yay.
And a handful of other shows, all of which built on one simple principle.
Spontaneous, no answers, and identification. I mean, we all can identify with dating and newlyweds. I even had a game called How's Your Mother-in-Law?
Barris's early career included working backstage on Dick Clark's famed music show, American Bandstand.
Mr. Chuck Berry!
Over the years, he earned millions of dollars from his comedy and relationship programs, like The Rah-Rah Show and the $1.98 Beauty Show. But even after his TV shows were no longer on the air, Barris never stopped surprising people. His autobiography was called Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, which included a claim he was a CIA assassin.
It's a perfect cover. TV producer by day, CIA operative at night.
The book was made into a movie in 2002 and sparked still more questions about the reality of those very colorful claims. Chuck Barris would go on to write several other books. His life, fact and fiction, anything but boring.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our last show.
Chuck Barris was 87 years old. His family says he died of natural causes.
The late rock pioneer Chuck Berry's final studio album is being released on June 16th. The album, titled Chuck, was announced last year before he passed away on Saturday at the age of 90. Chuck is Berry's first album since 1979's Rocket and will feature performances by Nathaniel Radcliffe and Rage Against the Machine. From Rage Against the Machine, Tom Morello. The album also includes a track called Lady Be Good, described as a spiritual sequel to one of Berry's hits, Johnny Be Good.
Hold on to your wands, Harry Potter fans. A Pennsylvania ice cream maker is introducing a new flavor based on Hogwarts' favorite drink, butterbeer. Yingling's Ice Cream says the new butterbeer variety combines buttercream and butterscotch ice cream. The company says the result is magical decadence that will transport you to another place in time. You can pick up a pint of the magically new flavor at major supermarkets.
Sold. How do I order that? I want it now. Sounds amazing.
Butterbeer at the Harry Potter theme park is unbelievable.
Right. I've never had that. I still haven't been there yet, so that's one of my bucket list things.
So
but in the meantime, I'll get the frozen butter.
Yes.
I didn't even know that existed. Now I got to go there. We'll be right back.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty.